Right, what's happening, guys? A bit of a different video today, as you can see by the background. But essentially today I wanted to walk you guys through a session which you guys can do at home without really any equipment to get really strong, athletic, and have full control over your body, be injury-free as a footballer, as an athlete in general. Now, this is the exact session I would have been doing the last 3 years. If I didn't have access to gym, if I didn't have access to any equipment, I would just come here to the park, about 10 minutes walk from my house, and I would just perform a similar exercise or session as to what I'm about to show you guys today. Now, for those who aren't familiar, the type of session I'm going to show you is called calisthenics. And calisthenics is essentially a type of training that uses your own body weight and your body weight only. No weights, no nothing, just a pull-up bar and some walk, maybe, yeah? And calisthenics actually is super lucrative, super untapped way of training for footballers or athletes in general in terms of building relative strength and, you know, building a nice physique, getting really strong, athletic. And it's surprising to me that only a very few footballers actually know about calisthenics, let alone they actually perform it on a regular basis. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I improved my strength, my relative strength, which translated directly to the gym as well, and show you guys how you can do the exact same without really having any equipment besides a pull-up bar and a wall. Let's get right into it. First things first, you always want to start with a warm-up regardless, especially in temperatures when it's actually cold. Like right now, it's about 15 degrees max. So it's really crucial that I actually get a nice warm-up in before my lift. Especially in calisthenics, a more demanding type of training. It uses your joints and muscles a lot more than if you were to just go to the gym and target specific muscles. It uses the whole body. So it's really crucial that you emphasize your warm-up more than like you would in a gym session or a football session, yeah? I'm gonna do some like spins out, more range of motion. We don't want to do static stretching at all. It's always through the range of motion. And on to the next one. Gonna stretch the neck a little bit. So some rotations, some side. Just like hang off the bar for about 30 seconds. Let your spine decompress as well. It's a really great way to essentially become taller. If you do this for about a minute to 2 minutes a day, then you decompress your spine and you actually become a centimeter or two taller because of the sedentary lives that we live with, sitting down on in front of our computers, in front of our desks. So our spine is going to be misaligned, and this exercise is great for making your spine align and decompressing everything. Another crucial part of training calisthenics is warming up your wrists. So I'm going to do some wrist circles, putting a lot of, I guess, weight on my wrists in circular motion. And then some more stretching of the wrist. I just do wrist circles like this. I know it looks a bit like funny, but it's a really great exercise, honestly, to warm up the wrists clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And then lastly, for the joints, you want to do some snapping, jerking movements. For the elbow joint like this, elbow circles. For the shoulders. On to the first main exercise, we have muscle up, swing, and then up. And if that's too difficult for you, you can just do a regular explosive pull-up. So you just go exact same, but explosive as quickly as possible to the top. And if that's too difficult, you can even use one of these resistance bands, depending on how difficult it is. You might want to use a thicker one or a lighter one. Around the bar like this, and then put it through the other one. So you have this resistance, and then you would pull it down really hard. Oh, you would pull it down really hard. You put one of your feet in like this, and then you just perform the movement. It's a lot easier to do. One thing with calisthenics is that when you're done with exercise, you don't have to go on to the next one. You can just sit down and rest for about 2 to 3 minutes between each exercise, between each set. I just finished my muscle ups, my heart rate went up. Like, it's quite exhausting. So just sit down, relax. Like, I'm looking at the nature, listen to the birds, like, you know, calm down, and then get back into it after 2 to 3 minutes. You can time it on your watch, you can time it on your phone, whatever, and then just go back into it. Okay, set number 2. Okay, moving on to a push exercise, wall-assisted handstand push-ups. Now, this is something I do quite often that targets the upper chest and primarily the shoulders. It's a great compound exercise. I'll show you what it looks like. You would need a wall, like pretty much you would need like an actual wall. I don't have a wall, I just have this wooden pole with me, but I'm going to use this to show you guys what I mean. So I'm going to do 3 sets of this until failure for each of them. It's quite heavy. Again, 2 to 3 minutes of rest in between. 3 sets times failure, as many reps as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. And by the way, if you can't do this wall handstand one, another exercise that targets your shoulders is going to be pike push-ups. So literally push-up position, but instead of going down here with the legs, just like bringing them up as far as you possibly can, and then touch your head to the floor. Up. Like leaning forward, keep the elbows in the same place, and up. So that's an alternative you can do. Still going to target the shoulders, just not as much as the wall one. Move on to some wide grip pull-ups. We're doing 3 sets of until explosiveness runs out. And I'll show you what that looks like. Essentially, you want to do explosive pull-ups until it's no longer explosive for the top motion. Okay? So wide grip, up. I can even get it wider. Explosive up and then slow down. When you struggle to get up on one of the reps, that's your last one. Try one more after, then cut it there. Because we're not trying to build muscle, we're just trying to have the nice explosive technique. The moment you start being non-explosive, it's a sign for you to stop. Okay? Quick coconut water break, and then we go again. Guys, make sure you hydrate yourself plenty in these sessions. Like for me, it's quite chilly today. It's not that hot. But especially on a sunny day, you have to bring like coconut water, some fruit, some water with lime and sea salt, or just water. And the last set, let's go. Okay, that's my sign to stop. Now we're doing decline push-ups. Decline push-ups essentially when your feet are elevated off the floor. I'm going to use this elevated surface to put my feet on, and I'm going to do slow control on the way down and explosive on the way up. Anywhere between 6 to 8 reps times 3 sets. Now for this, I personally use a diamond grip, like a closer grip instead of a regular push-up, but you can do whatever you think is better for you, whatever is easier. Okay? Like this, slow controlled, up. I struggled on the last rep there. Okay, the last exercise is going to be for the abs. Again, a compound move, but targeting the abs. We're going to do a dead hang off the bar and do a straight knee raises. Straight knees, touch the bar. It's called toes to bar. We're going to do this 2 sets till failure. And if this is too difficult for you, you can do this. Bent. Important that as every other exercise, you go up fast and then slow the way down. Okay. Yeah. If you do it properly, after the last rep, you should feel like your abs like are cramping or like you just can't breathe. 1, 2, 5. No, I can't get there. And yes, guys, that wraps the session. For cool down, now I have a bike, so I'm just like biking quite slowly back home. But essentially, you want to be doing something like low intensity, keeping the muscles still moving, but not fully stopping. Okay, you could be walking incline, you could be biking back,
something like a light cardio is a great way of cooling the body down. So, but yeah, besides that, if you guys have any video ideas, any suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll look at all of them eventually, and I might even use one of the ideas for the next videos. But yeah, have a good one.